Good morning, everybody. It's Bobby, and I'd like to talk about the uphill lie. That is where the ball is going that way, and my left foot's a little higher than my right foot, and the adjustments that are required, and then just some things that you should think about along the way. You may remember in videos past, I've talked about the downhill lie, and both the ball below your feet and the ball above your feet, and so this is the one I've left out. So here's what's going on. Number one, I recognize right away that I'm not on a level lie. There's a couple considerations I must make. If you're a student of golf, then you already know that the golfer should, when they're faced with this kind of a lie, set their spine perpendicular to the slope. Now, if you want to think of it like that, that's fine. If you'd rather think about getting your shoulders parallel with the slope, it accomplishes the same thing. So no big deal either way. Number two, you've got to go ahead. So much of this is the cleanliness of impact. How cleanly do I hit it? And so I've got to take a practice swing to find out where the lowest part of my swing is. And so if I set up to this thing already in the posture that I've adopted, suitable for this particular lie, then I'm going to take a practice swing and see where it bottoms out. Now, for me, most of the time, it tends to go a little bit more to the left side. I tend to bottom out a little left. So I might play the ball slightly forward. If there's any uncertainty about that, then go ahead and take another practice swing to make sure that you're seeing what you're seeing. That's important. And it's not important that you play it back because the guy next to you plays it back, or that you play it forward because the guy next to you told you should. Take a couple of practice swings and find out what it is for you. They don't have to be big productions, just something where you get acquainted with the ground. And so what have I done? I've set myself a little bit more back with the hill. That is, trying to get my spine more perpendicular to the given slope. I'm going to take a practice swing to find out where that thing bottoms out. If it's farther left than usual, then I'll go ahead and play the ball farther left than usual. And then the last thing, I've got to remember that this ball's not going to go as far as it normally does because it's going to go more up. So my 5-iron, depending on the severity of this lie, might go as high and only as far as a 7-iron or an 8-iron. Okay, and so I've got to plan for that. And the other thing I've got to plan for is not only is it going to go higher, but if there's any wind, it's going to be to a large degree more affected by the wind because it stays in the air longer. So if there's any crosswind, you better aim away from it because your ball's going to be more subject and a victim of that higher elevation. So here we go. I set my body level with the slope. I've taken my practice swing to find out the ball needs to be played slightly farther forward in this particular case than usual. Then I'm going to realize that I should take a conservative line as my approach and realize the ball is not going to go quite as far. All right, and that's perfectly fine. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll look forward to seeing you next week.